right, Capricorns. My Capricornians. Half shell and a half goat, or half fish and a half goat. So land and water together, huh? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, what does this Lion Gates portal brings to you? Not sometimes, but today I wonder. What will this Lions Gate portal 888 bring for you? Let's dive in to the mysteries of your life. Let's see what messages does this universe want to bring you. Okay. So this is the card for this universe, and then I have another deck for the other, the unknown. What does the known wants to say to you, this universe? Let's see. Messages for Capricorns. Cap cap. Technically the first sign to start in the year, or the year ends with you and begins with you. So in a way, you may think that everything ends with you and begins with you. But then okay, it's given the position of yours in the calendar. Let's see. Messages. How many do we got? One, two. Yeah, strange. Okay. One, two, three, four. Let's do one more. Okay. I see some serious messages coming. The start is not that great. Seems like you have been losing some battles. There's a Five of Swords. So, Five of Swords is basically a card of defeat. Now, what kind of defeats have you been facing in your life? You may want to check, evaluate on that. And if you look, this Five of Swords card is not just this person. It's not the person who's holding the swords. One broken out of battle. So you may have lost some things in the battle. There's another sword which is okay, also the sign of victory. So you may have lost some things, you may have won some things, or you may have lost some battles and won some battles. But then you see the two people behind this person. So that means in this particular situation, when it's defeat for everyone actually. It's everyone who is involved has either gotten hurt or has gotten injured and are kind of moving away from you. Okay. This also means that the other two people that you see leaving is also parts of you. So you may have been involved in some self-damaging activities for too long. Uh, that's what is making this whole situation even worse. The self-damaging activities, the moving away of people, the losing of battles, and you're not sure of what you won and not at what cost have you won. What is it that you win actually? I can't say from the defeat. But the next card is Four of Wands. Now, Four of Wands is a card of possessions, some small victories. So it's like not all is lost. You still managed to gain something out of these battles. I don't know if this some things means more material possessions or something that you can actually hold on to, something that is worth holding on to. But then it seems like okay, it's still a comfortable situation compared to being completely defeated. Let me check this again for you. Four of Wands, Four of Wands, Four of Wands. There are for once almost on the surface, country life. Okay, some harmony after the battles is there. Uh, a little respite, like at least you're thinking of calming down or cooling down. There is still some prosperity and peace. Like, okay, you did gain something, material gains at least. And little amount of peace. Maybe you were able to get rid of some people who were causing too much trouble in your life, or there was too much trouble from the source, from those particular sources, as in people, not anything else. I think it's mostly just people. Okay, so little victories won, lot of things lost, little victories won, because it's four of wands. If it was six of wands, then it is a major victory. So some victories, some possessions are still there. Not everything is lost. And the wheel of fortune. So now the fortune is turning. If it was bad times, it might be turning into good times now, or if it was good times, it might be turning into bad times now. Or it could also be a thing that whatever was good is turning into bad, or whatever was bad was turning into good. I don't know which one is true for you, but then what Wheel of Fortune literally says is the times are changing. It is doings of destiny that nobody has a control over. Like time is cyclic, so is fortune, which is cyclic. If you have been facing one end of the fortune, you will for sure face the other end of the fortune now. Depends on the seeds that you've sown. So in Hindi, we have a saying, जो बोए पेड़ बबूल का तो आम कहाँ से पाए, which literally means if you sow the seeds of thorns, how is it that you hope to get fruits? You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you sow a cactus, you cannot harvest a mango. That's what it literally means. Literally says in Hindi, like if you sow uh, seeds of things that grow thorns, not fruits, how do you even expect fruits in your life? So anyway, given that defeat unnecessary battles or battles that may have driven people away from you, there is still something that is left. I don't know how big or small, but then the fortune is changing. Okay, if we look at the literal meaning of fortune over here, right, this one says, yeah, some success, some success will come your way. It's not like life will leave you all the way in the pits forever. But yeah, the situation, like I said, it can flip either way. So the situations that you've created, the situations that you put yourself into, and this is not just you, this is a few other signs too. If this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, Capricorn, then you need to look at this. These are Eight of Swords, and Eight of Swords says there is a lot of restrictions, self-imposed restrictions, restrictions from the people, mostly self-imposed actually, or you have managed to put yourself in a situation where you are now trapped. And in a way, this trap was created by you. Was it intentional to create this trap for you? I'm not sure. But for sure, you're in a situation where you are trapped from every direction. Okay? It is a self imposed restriction, and it may also have to do with dishonesty, because this person, if you see, is being just tied up with a cloth, is not a tight rope, and we don't know if there's a sword behind her. So if she's willing to move a little bit, if she's willing to ask for help, her mouth is not tied, her eyes are tied. So she can't see if there's people around or not. But then if she screams for help, somebody may show up and cut up these restrictions with the swords around. If she is willing to move herself, then the sword behind her, which is not visible, may end up cutting the restrictions that are there. Or if she's at least willing to do some action, ask for some sort of help, the help might just be available. Okay, but then if one is being dishonest to themselves, like if she knows that there is a sword behind her, and if she's being dishonest about it and hoping somebody else to come and save her, that's not gonna happen. She'll have to scream, she'll have to ask for help, she'll have to ask out if she wants somebody else to help. But then, too, it has to be with all honesty, because if the person discovers that there was a sword behind her all the time with which she could have freed herself, it's not gonna end up well. So, to deal with the feelings of dishonesty to oneself, to deal with the feelings of dishonesty to the world, and to deal with the feelings of self-imposed restrictions. That is the task. That is the goal right now. Okay. Let's see the next card. Next is King of Pentacles. Strange for these two to appear together, but then you see how it's going. The Five of Swords and Eight of Swords together. So battles that you fought that were probably unnecessary, which drove people away, and restrictions that you ended up into, which were self-created, going together. On the other hand, material comfort, okay, whatever is left of it is only material comfort, I suppose, like basic stuff, and whatever is resulting, could you could actually build quite a bit upon what is left. Okay, there's a whole fortune that you can build, because the wheel of fortune is already there. So if you're willing to let go of your restrictions, whatever they may be or wherever you feel they may be, fortune awaits you. Okay, the King of Pentacles is someone who is not only intelligent and smart but also reasonable and frugal with their resources. Frugal as in put their resources in the right place. Okay, has the potential to grow if you're willing to do that. Or if you're banking on somebody else's fortune, that might also be the case, that you may get a windfall or somebody else's fortune, or some way that suddenly money appears for you. Okay, uh, it's still not Ace of Pentacles, so I wouldn't say gambling or taking high risks in investments. But then, if you are willing to make wise investments, wise choices, wise direction of pursuing money, wise way of pursuing money, not reckless ways of pursuing money, wise way of pursuing money, it can still bring in great deal of fortune for you. Okay. Just for the sake of it, I'll check with the book as well. King of Pentacles. It says valor, realizing intelligence, business and normal intelligence, aptitude, sometimes mathematical gifts, and attainments of this kind, success in all paths. So, success in all paths still means that you have to walk the walk. You can't be just talking the talk. This is talking the talk and not walking the walk. See? Eyes are closed, hands are restricted, mouth is open. Can talk, 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 talk. But restricted, so can't walk. What is expected is walk your talk. Whatever you've been talking about doing, do it. Do it. And still be careful of who you are willing to partner with and argue with. Since you have a habit of picking arguments over discussions, see, discussions have an end, discussions have a result. Arguments don't lead to anything, arguments only lead to eventual defeat, either of the other person or you. And in either case, nobody wins. There's a total situation of defeat. Even if you win, what do you win actually? So be careful of people that you are willing to partner or argue with. These may be equally matched opponents, and nobody will give in to your whatever it is that you're trying to project. There may also be a situation where it's indecision, because like the person's eyes are closed, so you may be going through an indecision with between one or more paths, one or more partner. You see the two islands next to the woman there. These two islands are maybe emotional or material comfort that you're not completely sure of. There is a huge sea of emotions behind her, and then this person is not willing to make any decision. The swords are pointing away from each other, and there's a veil on the eyes. So the person is not willing to see, not willing to make any decision. There's only needless arguments on, or maybe wanting the other person, the other people to make decision for you, which in either case will not work. Sorry to say, but then yeah, that's the reality of it. If you want me to extrapolate on that, those two of swords, let's see the explainer, if there is an explanation, or have I said already what needed to be said? Yep, Page of Cups. Emotional decisions. This is all about your emotional decisions, where your decisions or expectations or hopes or dreams may not be realistic. You may be looking at cup half empty or half full. You may be stuck in erroneous emotional attitudes because you don't know what to do with your desires, and because your desires are not realistic. There is some self reflection going on, but then at least if you see the halo around this person, at least this person is hopeful and hopes to fill their cup at some point in time, even though through the indecisions. But then will that ever result? Let's see if there's another explanation. Yes. Okay. So it's about the most important man in your life, maybe the father or husband or whoever you see as a life partner. And it may be also about your career paths and skills. So there's a leap of faith that is required. The three of wands over here is represented like this, but otherwise it's a man standing with three wands looking beyond the sea, which means the means are already there. You have the tools and skills necessary, but it is the decision that is waiting in one favor or the other. And since there is more than two people involved over here, as in more than uh, two persons that you're looking at, more than two, I think more than two persons that you're looking at, because there's the three of wands. So if there's more than two persons that you're looking at, you may be in a very tricky situation because your emotions don't want to answer and you're not willing to look at reality. Okay, if you're waiting for the person to look at reality, they might all feel like great options because they all seem like emperors of their own world or the kings of their own world, all mature, all responsible, all very well capable of taking care of themselves. But then where is your position in all of this? You're not sure, you're not willing to make a decision. Okay, um, the decision has to be made. Okay, sooner or later the decision has to be made. Let's see. And here's the hermit for you. So, well, the first thing it says is look inwards, because the answers are not going to come from outside somewhere. First thing you need to do is look inwards, look at your own experiences, look at where you're coming from, look at your own inner light, and see where it wants to guide you. Okay? Look at the person's lantern and look how he's looking down. He's not looking up, he's looking down. Why is he looking down? He's looking at only the path that can be walked. And in front of him, there is a sea. So he cannot walk anywhere until the path appears, until the tide goes down. He may be in a high tide, he cannot see the path. But then once the tide goes down, the path shall appear. So for now, looking inward, taking some time off, doing some inner work, doing some shadow work might be important. Not might be important, it is rather prescribed, it is needed. Without which you will not reach any decisions. Without which more defeats and arguments are waiting for you. Okay. Then there is Five of Pentacles. Now, Five of Pentacles, a lot of times or mostly, relates to miserly attitudes. Miserly attitudes towards your emotions, miserly attitudes towards money, miserly attitudes towards sharing your bounty, and eventually leading to poverty. Poverty in emotions, poverty in money, needless spending of money in different places. And since you're not willing to do charity, this usually appears in people who are not willing to do charity. or any charity work, since money becomes more important for you at times, or a lot of times. Capricorns, watchful. Uh, if you're not willing to do this, then this will be your condition. Okay. If you are not willing to do charity, it will come down to a point where you will be the one needing the charity. Okay. And trust me on that, being on charity is not the favorable or very uplifting situation. So, if you're not willing to make a decision, if you still want to fight a needless fight, if you're not willing to come out of your self imposed restrictions or the drama that you may have created around yourself, and if you're not willing to look inward, you are going, the plane is gonna not land. Careful, 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 careful. Before we move forward, let's see if we can elaborate on this Five of Pentacles. Maybe you want to research a bit on Five of Pentacles. What does it say in the general reading? What does it say in the love reading? And what does it say in the career reading? Uh, and let's see if there is explainer cards. Okay, family. So that means poverty in terms of family, in terms of familial attitudes. Your family may be moving away from you in terms of helping you financially, or it may be moving away in terms of helping you emotionally. It also may be that you've been fighting with your family members or your loved ones. So yeah, in a way, it's also like people kind of moving away. That's the church. That's the church's window, but they're moving away from there because they did not get anything from the church, which they will try again next morning. But then I'm not sure if that's the kind of. And there you go, Five of Pentacles again. Hold on. Right. So explanation of Five of Pentacles is Ten of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles. One, it means family money or emotional bondings with family and close people might go away because of your own indecision or wrong decisions or argumentativeness or picking fights for no reason, and or for justifying yourself, and money from your life, like financial security and emotional security as such from people may disappear if your present attitudes continue. I mean, this Lionsgate portal is doing a lot for a lot of people. A lot has already been going on, and our realities are being shown to us. Also, we are being given a choice. Like when if you start going everything only by astrology, that means you have no free will. In this case, when I do tarot, I always say there is always free will. You're always free to choose what you want to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. You can't say that you ate something sweet and now your mouth has gotten sweet. You can't say that you ate something bitter and now your mouth is bitter. No, your mouth is bitter because you ate something bitter. Okay, it didn't get bitter all of a sudden or from nowhere. So always look at cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Anyway, so here we are. The Five of Pentacles is kind of the end result of this Mercury retrograde and Lions Gate portal for you. It does not look very positive for the moment, but then we all have to deal with the things that we create or the mess that we could get ourselves into. And seems like you have a lot of work to do in order to get out of this. This is, if it's two times the Five of Pentacles is appearing and it's all Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. So whatever you give value to can also pretty much disappear from your life. Be very careful. Be very, very, very careful. Let's see if there's messages from beyond for Capricorns, my Capris. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Any other messages? Oh. Yes. Wow, a whole line of messages. Okay, let's see what lies beyond. The messages from beyond. First is Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles means, okay, all is not lost, but then you have multiple priorities. You have spread yourself in so many places that in a way you might be trying to juggle all situations. You may have made so many commitments in different places that you actually cannot keep up all of them. uh, though your intentions may be right or not right, but then it seems like you're juggling a lot of things. It also means you're struggling with time management. There is You're trying to adapt to all the situations, but then there is also infinite possibilities. Like, okay, since you've spread yourself so much that the possibilities are infinite, but the time remains the same. Time does not become infinite. Time is the only commodity that we have. And where and with whom do we invest it? That is exactly what is going to give you those kind of results. If you spend your time in growing trees with fruits, it'll give you fruits. If you spend your time growing bushes with flowers, you will get flowers. If you spend time growing bushes with thorns, that's what you will get. Depends on what you spend your time on. That's exactly what you're gonna get. So be careful of where you spend your time. Make sure that you're balancing things well, because since you have spread yourself into many places, so now there is no other choice but to deal with it all. There is duality, there is togetherness, and uh, there might even be love and balance. Depends on how you play this game of yours, and there may be settling of energies too. So while you're juggling everything, there is a great deal of chance that you may actually have a chance to settle down. And that's exactly what this 10 of Pentacles is saying. So we had 10 of Pentacles earlier in terms of poverty, or in terms of 5 of Pentacles explainer, that the family issues may occur. But here it says that you can actually mend all of that. Okay, if you are willing to create wealth, you can still create wealth, but that has to be of your own. Cannot be of your family, cannot be dependence, cannot be from somewhere else. You may be able to create family security. You may also be able to reconcile with your family, and you may actually be able to work for long term success if you can let go of your miserly attitudes, if you can be not just taking but also giving. Okay, 10 of Pentacles here, and 10 of Pentacles is the explainer for the 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. So, life is still giving you sort of kind of a choice. Which direction would you like to head into? This is also the ultimate completion, which may mean marriage with someone, or final manifestation of things. Uh, Result of time, recognition. Yeah, so basically, what is being taken from you can also come back to you if you're willing to mend your ways, or if you're willing to manage your things properly. Where at the same time there is 5 of Cups. So while the chance is there is already a lot that has been lost. Okay, you've already lost a lot of things, a lot of people in your life, maybe because of those miserly attitudes with emotions, and the willingness to only take and not give, or not give in proportion, whether it's love or resources, sharing of resources, whatever it is. That thing you know very well for each individual one of you. But here it says regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. So it seems like your losses are not over yet. There are more things to come. There is more things that you need to lose, or will move away from. It may include, it will not may include, it will include people that you love or people who claim to love you. um, but still all is not lost. Okay, and what is spilt is spilt. Whatever milk has been spilt has been spilt. There is still some that is left in the other two cups. So maybe if you look at the other direction, what is left is what you can still have. Okay, whatever you may not have ruined yet, you may still be able to keep. Okay, so that's that. The moon is setting over this person, so things are getting dark. Uh, but then, yes, emotional loss and regret and failure is something that you will have to deal with. There is no other way. Okay. It may lead to instability, exaggeration, overexertion, strife, changes, and also may mean freedom, because it depends on what kind of freedom do you want. And at the same time, it's also loss. So while there is emotional loss, there is also emotional freedom. Depends on what stage of your life you are in, and can you actually celebrate or enjoy that freedom of yours, if that kind of freedom is what you were looking for. If that's what you were looking for, then okay, who cares about other people's feelings? You care about your own feelings, right? Yeah. But at the same time, if you hurt other people's feelings, what's going to happen to you? What do you think? Universe is going to let you go? No. There is six of cups, which means an old friend or a lover may turn back. So there is not everything that is lost. You may be reminiscing of your past and the things that were good. There is also familiarity, happy memories, reminiscing, childhood memories, and joy and nostalgia. So you may be going through a lot of ton of emotions from your beginning of life until now. Life has kind of brought you into a place where you have to reevaluate everything, literally everything, good, bad, this, that, blah, blah, whatever you've been ignoring, whatever bad things that you've done, whatever good things that you've done, you have to take an account of everything. And then there is what is left, happy memories, bad memories. Then you see what kind of memories do you have more. Okay, do you have more happy memories or do you have more bad memories? Do you have more memories from your freedom or do you have more memories from your relationships? What works for you best? Okay. It also means that some old people from your past and things from your past may turn up. This is also a cycle of repeating things. So you may be repeating some mistakes. You may also be repeating some people from your past. You may also be going back to the old lover that or friend that you felt most comfortable with, or they might be coming back to you. But then see what needs to be done in that situation. When things are repeating, it means you have a chance to either transcend that cycle or end that cycle, whichever it may be. Okay, if it is transcendence that you want, or going beyond that cycle, going to the next gear or next level that you want, or do you want it to end? Both the chances are there, clearly. Okay. Yeah, you may be also getting solutions from the past, because like the hermit appeared earlier and it says look within, look at your own experiences. So six of cups is also confirming the same thing, that look at your past, look at your past, look at your past, look at your experiences, look at your memories and things, and then maybe make a decision from there. Maybe it's easier based on your own experiences, because I mean, I don't know if you can rely on other people's experiences in your life. I can't. I can learn from them, but can I 100% rely on them? Not necessarily. Okay, the next is Knight of Pentacles. So once this emotional hoo-ha drama is done, it still means there is a lot of hard work left. Now, Knight of Pentacles means money is coming, like more material comfort is coming. Maybe since from your reading, I see a lot of pentacles, 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 and luck, luck, luck. So luck and money is something that you ride on. But then over here it says hard work still remains. The hard work will still need to be done. It says productivity. That means you will be able to concentrate more on your work. So of course, if you're free of your from your emotional imbalance, your work focus becomes a little more. You may be actually going into a routine and towards more efficiency and responsibility. More responsibilities are coming your way, more hard work is coming your way. You will have to do a lot more hard work to gain the gains that you want to gain, to get the money that you want to earn, basically. And overall, at the end of it is the magician. So when the magician appears, like in the beginning, there is infinite sign. You're struggling with infinite possibilities, okay? Infinite possibilities that you created in your life with emotional and financial or monetary confusion. We couldn't pick one of the two, or you wanted to play with all of it. So you have been playing with all of it, but getting confused, which has led to all this trouble. Okay. Now comes the magician. After all of this drama is over, maybe by the 27th of August or by the end of this month, within the end of Mercury retrograde and closing of the Lionsgate portal, you may be looking at a new chapter in life. So, a lot of emotional trouble and things to look at, go through right now. But then eventually, a new beginning will happen. Okay. It will still require action, like the Knight of Pentacles said, hard work. It will still require action. But then, since the possibilities will be infinite, so you can maybe work in an entirely new direction if you want to. Okay, you can rebuild your life when magician appears. It means infinite possibilities. You can literally reinvent your life if you want to. If you will continue doing the same things that you're doing, or it will be only a new chapter in the same story. So totally up to you. And it also talks about self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. So once the cycle is over, once your emotional troubles, I won't say is over, but then processed. Once you have processed your emotions properly and processed your actions from the past properly, then there may be a new beginning which will allow you to use your skills and creativity better. And it will require a lot of willpower to come out of this stuff as well, because so much emotional things is not that easy to come out of, or properly, like positively. The beginning of life, projects and creative endeavors. So beyond this lies an entirely new life. But to get to this entirely new life, you have to deal with this first, and whatever your present scenario is. And the appearance of both infinite and six means you have a choice. You can either stay stuck and keep repeating this same cycle in uh, faster gear, or speed this up. Whatever you've been doing in your uh, teenage till 20, that gets concentrated and happens within the next 5 years, 20 to 25. And in the next 5 years, whatever you've been doing since your teenage till 25, that constant gets concentrated and happens even faster from 25 to 30. Then your cycle from 20 to 30 repeats much faster from 30 to 33. And that the next 7 years can be your entire life. Your 33 to 40 can be your entire life from the past, running fast in the 7 years. And when you are reaching 39, 40 and beyond, or 40 plus beyond, then there is another, you can actually create another branch of your life. A lot of people do. It's called the midlife crisis, supposedly, but it's not necessarily the midlife crisis. It's basically the need to live a different life than what has already been lived. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But the point is, new chapters in life only and when you deal with the troubles or the crap that is from the past. Okay. Right. That's a lot. That's a lot to process, huh? Right. So messages that I would give to you is important ones over here. The Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is basically Acknowledge and break free from your limitations and unhealthy patterns. Okay. Your own personal card is actually the devil. So the devil is someone that doesn't easily give in. Okay. If the devil was so easily defeated in battle, then he wouldn't try again and again. So over here too, it's being said that, okay, if you, as long as you're willing to acknowledge your shortcomings and are willing to acknowledge your unhealthy patterns and are willing to break free from it, then there is a new life that awaits. If you're not willing to acknowledge and break free from your unhealthy patterns, then the same thing will repeat. You can repeat this till the end of your life. Totally up to you. The devil is quite capable of doing that. Living in hell and making other people suffer through their hell as well. Uh, what you can do is whenever you feel like uh, going back to your unhealthy pattern, instead of that, do one healthy thing instead. I don't know what that means. If you feel like going towards alcohol or drugs or that person that is not productive to you or good for you, or that habit that is not good for you or productive for you, start doing something healthier instead in the same time. It is the same energy. It comes from the same chakra of yours, wherever it is that you're operating from. If it's the heart that is not in place, then put your heart in place and doing something that actually makes you feel loved or giving love instead of craving love from someone else. Okay, if that is a feeling of emptiness, fill it with something meaningful instead of things that make you feel more empty eventually. Okay, it's up to you. The universe has said what it has to say to you. I have said what I've had to say to you. Now it's totally up to you, Capricorn. You can turn your life around or you can choose not to. Totally, totally, totally up to you. Okay? But yeah, either way, the Lion's Gate portal will close or end at some point in time, and there will be a new chapter in your life, whatever that chapter is. But then for now, it's a roller coaster ride. Get prepared. Get prepared. Hold on to your resources, finances, try to build more, and try not to spend your money in places that you don't need Adios, to. Amigo. Powering up. Don't spend your resources where you don't need to. Okay? That's all the advice that I've got for you. That's all the advice that the tarot has got for you. And we will see each other again sometime soon. If you have any questions, please do leave a comment. If you feel like answering or asking something, please do leave a comment. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon. And I see you next time.